Wreck My Podcast!
We are all excited major to start covering more Disney Channel original movies. And what better way to start off than with the Star Walker, Cool Talker girl of the 21st century, Zenon. So strap on your Protozoa pack and get ready to see if this movie wrecked our childhood.
Wreck My Podcast!
Welcome to Wreck My Podcast, where today we're talking about Zenon, the girl of the 21st century.
Zetus, lapetus.
Yes, he is the head of the Micro Fan Club. It's Cam.
And I'm hungover major.
Yeah, you are. He'll always be down to have an alpha time. It's Krager.
Is it macro or micro?
Well, his minor is your major. It's Joe.
Zetus, lapetus.
Zetus, lapetus, and Protozoa stole his hair from me. I'm your host, Jordan, and we're talking about the classic 1999 Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
You just sounded like Jeff Goldblum when you did that.
Did I?
Yeah,
really?
you totally did.
Oh my god!
In what way?
We were
Inflection?
talking
In your cadence.
about.
From January 23rd.
Watch The World According to Jeff
I
Goldblum.
do need to watch the World According to
we
Jeff
only
Goldblum.
watched the ice cream episode, and it's just like you're so like, why do I watch this? But you can't take your eyes off it.
It's like Bob
Yeah.
Ross. It just, there's something about it that makes you feel better when you're high.
He's
So,
just so strange, but he's great.
So weird.
so this movie did come out January 23rd of 1999, right before the turn of the century. Y2K was on everyone's mind,
Yes.
and we all wanted to live up in space.
I wanted to live up with Zenon. Like, I will tell you, like, when I watch
That's
this,
creepy.
No, it like I was younger than her. It's not creepy. Like,
That's true. We were.
and I'm
younger
saying
than
like
that.
it
I
made-
thought
it
you
ma-
meant right now.
No, I'm saying it reminded me of, like, I had a big crush on her back in the day.
yeah.
Kristen Storms was the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's still doing stuff.
Is she really?
Isn't she on like soap operas?
She
and
was
stuff?
on General Hospital for a really long time, as well as Days of Our Lives. Yeah, so she did a lot of soap opera stuff after Disney Channel
Went the
things.
soap opera route.
Yeah,
Nice.
I was surprised that this was an hour and 37 minutes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
I was too, and then I started looking into all the other Disney Channel original movies, and they're all about an hour and a half long.
really.
I know. I thought they were all like an hour. I thought they were super short, but I guess.
They're real features.
No, that's just
Yeah.
Mike's super short show.
Oh yeah, I love
Remember
Mike's
that?
super short
That wasn't
show.
even like 5 minutes long.
No, that was like 45 seconds. It was a commercial.
Yeah.
So it has a 62% audience score.
Okay.
And I can't find any budget info on it, which really pisses me off because I wanted to know how much money it took to make this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, that's
'Cause
ridiculous.
I feel like this one had a bigger budget because
Yeah.
of all the CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That great CGI. It was amazing.
The best.
They filmed it, all the Earth
In
scenes.
space. Oh.
They filmed it all in space, and the Earth scenes are all in Vancouver, which is why you see the
Ah,
big
the
ball in the
Couve.
background. That's the World's Fair ball from like the Couve. The Couve is the best place to go and do it. This is based on a picture book from 1997, which I didn't know it
No, I
was
didn't
based
either.
on a book, even though it said at the beginning of the movie
Honestly,
based on the
what
book.
I was most impressed with, they still are like, there's still time for this to happen. Like
20
2049.
49.
There's
Let's
still
be honest.
29 years.
That's
Well,
not going to
That's
happen.
not going to
No.
happen
We're
in
not
20
even
years.
close.
It's not 29 years either.
Like maybe we'll be at the point that all cars are electric by then, but we're
still
not
doubt
living in
that.
space. Yeah, I
Yeah,
doubt
I
that
doubt
too.
that too.
Well, but I'm still saying like every other, like Back to the Future is like this year or
Yeah.
next year.
Things move a little bit slower down here on Earth.
And it'll add 30 pounds to you.
Yeah, imagine Commander
Do you
playing.
Maybe not so much over in New York and LA, but over here, things move a little slower.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's pretty accurate for Vancouver,
Yep.
probably.
Yep. I loved how they used exposition to prove the point that like why things aren't more futuristic and where she goes on Earth.
Yeah.
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 So we have Kenneth Johnson directing. Do you guys know Kenneth Johnson?
Sounds familiar.
Sure.
Nope.
Did he do other Disney Channel
He did
original
other
movies?
Disney Channel original movies like Don't Look Under the Bed, Short Circuit 2, and some episodes of The Incredible Hulk from the 1970s.
Nice.
Wow.
With Lou Ferrigno?
Yep. Actually, I think it was the other one.
Oh, okay.
The one that no one knows about.
Oh, that one.
That one.
Sure. We have the story adapted by Stu Krieger, who wrote The Land Before Time.
He's my uncle.
No, Krieger, not Krieger.
Krieger.
So it starred Kirsten Storms as the titular Zenon car.
Yeah.
I used the word titular in a funny way there. We have Raven Simone played Nebula, her BFF.
Yeah.
Which OS
Which I saw, like, after you finish watching it, it pulls up
BFF
the...
on station.
It pulls up like
BFF in space.
Oh yeah.
It pulls up. Do you want to watch the next one? And it looks like they replaced Raven with a different actress for the best friend.
They did because Raven got That's So Raven, which you know her from. She also Raven Simone was in Dr. Dolittle. She was in Master of None episode recently, The Little Rascals, and The Cosby Show.
I was gonna say like her OG
her start
one.
in The Cosby Show.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
According to Krager, he did a lot of good.
He did a lot of good. He did a lot of good.
He helped Raven get her start.
So Commander Plank was played by Stuart Pankin,
Who has been in everything that Disney's ever made.
Yeah, but you know specifically what I remember him from?
Hold on. Let me think. Because I was like, I couldn't put my finger on like exactly what I'm like. You're from that. Is it even Stevens?
No, he's one of the Zelinkus brothers in Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
I
love that. I love that movie when I was a kid. But he's also Earl Sinclair in the Dinosaurs sitcom TV show.
I don't remember that.
It's either the dad or the kid. I can't remember though.
I think Earl is the dad.
I think Earl's the dad.
I forgot all about that show.
Yeah.
mama.
Not the mama.
Remember when that was funny?
No. So Mr. Lutz is played by Bob Bancroft. And I bring him up only because he's from Parks and Rec. He plays in the accounting office that Ben always goes to, the one who took his spot, and he's like, "Let's see if it's actually true that you're as good as you say you are."
Cam, you don't remember who this actor is? He reminded me of like a not so crazy, the actor you remember from Old School, the guy who does the blow.
Will Ferrell.
No, the guy who does like the teaching.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'll
Does that mean I have to put an E now because you said those words?
I think so.
Or maybe I'll just edit it out. I don't know. Maybe there was a big bark there.
Yeah, just do a big
bark for that whole thing.
You know the one that does the bark
tutorial.
tutorial?
So we have Philip Rice, who played Protozoa. He was in season 2 of 24 as like a main character. I think he was a villain in that.
I could see that.
Yeah. Gregory Smith played Greg because you you just named the actor, or you named the character after the actor. He was in Everwood, The Patriot, Small Soldiers, and Harriet the Spy. And then finally,
I loved Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, Harriet the Spy was great.
About that.
Finally, Andrew was played by Brendan Jefferson. He's the token African American kid in the show.
Yes.
He was X-Ray in Holes. Oh, I forgot. But she's in space.
Oh, okay.
So, Joe, what were you going to say?
If you were to say who probably the inspiration was behind Protozoa, what artist do you think it is?
Ooh.
Oh,
It's a mix between every boy band guy.
Because I was thinking that too. I'm like a mixture between like
Justin Timberlake, maybe?
Sugar Ray,
Oh, Sugar Ray,
and
totally.
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. That's a good
the
call.
hip movement is Lenny Kravitz. The guitar on his back is
His
Lenny
entire
Kravitz.
demeanor, like the way it was very Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, and he's from Australia, New Zealand,
It's from
somewhere.
Space.
He's from somewhere down under.
everyone's from space.
Everyone is from space. They're all born in space and they
Yeah.
get transplanted back down to Earth.
It bugged me that they called them rock and roll.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
Like, this is so pop.
Now, sticking with our normal format, I'm going to give you guys not the trailer, but a TV spot, because these movies didn't have trailers, but they had 30-second TV spots, and
Yeah,
it's
they
a little
did.
nostalgia because it's
We
Disney
watched
Channel,
this, yeah.
and we actually watched this, so here we go.
Tonight,
Zetus a penis!
blast off with a Disney Channel original movie, Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
No air duct cruising, no recycle bin diving, and please try to stay out of restricted zones.
She's your typical cosmic kid who's been grounded.
Shuttle departure in 3 minutes.
But when disaster hits home base, it's up to Zenon to save her family and friends up in space.
Everybody up there is in danger mortis.
Watch Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century, starring Kirsten Storms and Raven. Tonight at 8, 7 Central on Disney Channel.
Oh, remember those commercials back in the day?
Oh
Yeah, man.
They were lovely. They were handsome.
What about the ones where like the Disney Channel stars would like make the Mickey
Oh,
with that
yeah.
like glow
Yeah.
stick?
Oh, yeah, those were great.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day where it's like watching Disney Plus and like 5 minutes in, like kids doing that.
It's so good. I love watching the bloopers of them doing it. On
Oh,
the
yeah,
green
that's all
screen, and it
wrong.
looks so awkward and weird. It's awesome. So guys, have you watched this before as a kid?
Yeah, I watched it when I was a kid. This was my sister's favorite Disney Channel
This
original
was
movie.
my sister's favorite
Yeah,
Disney
so
Channel
whenever
original
it was
movie
on,
as well.
we would sit down and watch it together.
Your
Oh, yeah, same.
sister's favorite.
No, like genuinely.
Oh, okay.
My favorite was Brink.
Oh yeah, every guy's favorite was Brink or Johnny Tsunami. Like, come on.
But I loved this, and then also my sister's like wildest dreams came true because we were at TGI Fridays for dinner, and Kirsten Storms was sitting right next to us, and my sister was like 8 and was just like losing her mind.
Did she say Zetus lapetus?
Well, my sister was just like, I'm scared, right? And Kirsten was like, "Oh my God, hi, you're a fan." Gave her like a big hug and was like super nice. And my sister was like, "This is amazing."
I just watched an interview with Kirsten Storms from like a few years ago when she was on General Hospital. She still seems like a really nice lady. I think she has a kid or two now. So she's just like typical mom, like super nice and
I feel like
fun.
I probably saw her one time at the mall.
You probably
We
did.
probably all have because all these Disney kids come from out here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Come on.
By the way, I figured out who I was trying to think of.
Oh, who?
Andy Dick. Let's
He
remind
does look like
Oh
Andy.
my
Little
gosh,
bit,
it's
yeah.
funny that
You're
you thought that
right.
because when I first saw him on the screen, I was like, "Is that Andy Dick?"
You're right. He looks a little bit
I
like
remember
Andy
that.
Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept thinking about like, yeah, good thing they didn't do Andy Dick. That probably
No.
would have been a little bit too weird.
That would have been
Because
bad.
he was
Super
already
weird.
pretty weird.
Yeah, and things lately have not been going too well for him. So,
really?
Gregor,
When have they been going well for him?
I guess that's true.
When
That
he
is
had to
true.
show The Assistant on MTV.
Oh my
You
God.
remember
I thought it
that?
was
Yeah.
called the Andy Dick Show.
He also had the Andy Dick
Yeah.
show,
Oh,
but he had
okay.
the assistant.
The one where you would say you would get cut.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like the fake apprentice.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember that. So, Gregor, did you watch this movie as a kid?
Yes, I did. I thought it was like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the slang. The slang was really hard to get through.
Takes you out of it.
The
Yeah.
slang is micro. So, Joe, did you watch this as a kid?
I did. Just like Cam, this was my sister's favorite as well, so I always watched it with her. And I mean, it wasn't like my favorite of all the Disney Channel original movies, but I still always enjoyed it.
Yeah, I watched this as a kid. I remember the last time I watched it as a kid, I was like, I don't know, 11 or something. And Cam, what's wrong? Cam just took a bite out of what is inside of your pastry?
I thought I got a matcha one, and I got a milk tea one.
Oh, Zetus lapetus. That's terrible.
Totally
I did used
minor.
to always get the song stuck in my head.
Yeah, the song, but like the last time I watched it, I was like maybe 10 or 11 years old, and I had the flu, so I was like barfing while I was watching it. So, and I think that was the last time I ever watched it until now. So, guys, did anything stand out to you as an adult rewatching this?
I loved the costuming.
Okay, costuming.
I love the costuming.
Was very 90s.
Very
like,
90s, but like futuristic.
it
and
was
weird.
like that idea that like fashion's never gonna go past this.
Yeah.
past where we are right now.
It's like the equivalent of when we watched like The Running Man, and all their
Yeah.
future stuff was like 1986.
Yeah, or Alien, where
Yeah.
it's like everything's 70s lo-fi.
I didn't remember like the stakes being so high. Oh yeah, like thousands. Like this guy's purposely trying to kill thousands of people just
He's
to
a
get some
freaking
money.
mass murderer.
I was like,
I-
this is like really, really messed up.
I had a little bit of an issue with that premise
I
as
did
well, and I
too.
didn't
Yeah.
remember that.
for a kid show, that's pretty morbid that like hundreds
Actually,
of
it's
thousands
the
of people.
movie.
Kids movie. Did Craig or Joe, did anything stand out to you guys? Because this is the portion where I'm going to wreck a lot of things and talk about a lot
I
of
just
things.
said that the bad guy was really bad.
Oh, did you just say that? I thought Cam said that. Cam said fashion.
Yeah,
Of course I said
Of
fashion.
course he did.
honestly, my biggest issue with it is how in the world is every 10-year-old just a master hacker?
How in the space?
How in the space is every 10-year-old a master
but
hacker?
even the Earthlings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Because hacking was so cool in 1999.
But everyone can
Well-
do it. She just shows up to her public library, starts
Yeah.
trying to look up the records for the Wyndham Corporation.
Here's my one small leap right here, and it is she grew up on a space station surrounded by other thousands of scientists and
I
had
guess
a
that's
way
true.
better school system. So maybe
So how do you
No.
explain the other kid?
But also,
That was
so
grew up on
here's the
Earth.
thing. Here's the thing. If you say he was Rain
vaccinated.
Man.
he was vaccinated.
If you're saying that like, oh, kids are smarter, that means that security protocols have probably exponentially gotten smarter with
To
them
prevent
too.
kids, yeah.
So, but it's a 90s thing for kids to be awesome at hacking.
Yeah, well, it was also like at first I was getting taken back. I'm like, wait, this is every 90s / Disney Channel movie
Yeah.
where adults are dumb and don't believe kids, and kids are right and smart.
Well, it's also in Jurassic Park. The kid is the one who's able to go into the system
Yeah.
and change everything because it's a Linux system. So
Ooh, it's got a CD-ROM.
It's got a CD-ROM.
Do you think War Games started that?
I don't know if they started it, but like it definitely was like one of probably the first times that it
ones.
got real. Like Matthew Broderick was in it and made it popular and stuff.
Yeah.
So they predicted FaceTime but not touch screens. So they were on the way to being correct with like iPads and tablets, but things were still all buttons. I loved how they also have the weird curved keyboard that was so big in the 90s is like the futuristic keyboard. Like that's
was also
what it's
like
gonna be.
Future's gonna have curves.
Another problem I have, how I'm pretty sure it's easier to swim on Earth than it is to swim in space. Like,
Oh yeah.
like,
Oh
I was
yeah.
Like I didn't understand that.
I
Like
didn't get
Also,
that either.
I had the problem that she would, if it's true that she lived on in space for 8 years on a artificial gravity that takes 30 pounds off you and had never been sick in her life, she would die. If she wasn't in like a hyperbolic chamber for the first like month she got to Earth, she'd be dead, as well as all the germs
They got
would
the science
kill her.
right.
I know. I know they did not.
She did
Also-
struggle when she first got down and walking.
Yeah, not.
But they
just-
got the science right for the sickness.
also the bully was like a total B. Like
Yeah, she
like,
was
that
the B
like,
in
hardcore.
Apartment 23 for sure.
Good show, but
I don't know if you listened, but I kept thinking the girl, what's her name? Margie.
Margie.
I kept thinking she looked a little bit like Cassie. Cassie
Our
Lynn.
friend Cassie, yeah.
Shout out Cassie Lynn. Sorry if you're listening, Cassie.
Just a little bit.
Just
a
start
little
calling her
bit.
Marge.
Hey, Margie. So also what were like names from the 1930s popular in 2049? What's going on?
Hey, man,
Also-
it's just like it's a new Genesis.
I
of it,
guess.
yeah.
Also, the love interest dude, he didn't like. He was trying to be like, "Oh, I'm interested in you." No, you look like you're creepy and want to like eat her skin.
He was
did look like he wanted to eat her skin.
He was the like the most F boy I've ever seen in my life.
I thought that was so funny because he totally reminded me of myself as like a little kid who had like a crush on a girl.
And
was
you're
like-
just like, if I stare at them, you think you're staring at them provocatively, but it's actually creepy. It's expectation versus reality. Krager's
He's like it's like a Johnny Depp as a kid.
Oh yeah, it would be like a Johnny Depp as a kid. So
Savvy.
I think that they say life on Earth is worse than life in space. So you're telling me life on a beautiful planet is worse than in a cramped space that could easily burn up and everyone die on? Like
Yeah.
my anxiety would not allow me to live on a space station.
Space station looked pretty big.
No, it did not.
No. See, they make it look really big on the inside because of all the floors, but when they do the zoom out from the window at the beginning, like the window size comparable to the rest, I'm like, that's not very big.
Tiny.
Yeah.
It's tiny. And they also say at the beginning that the kitchen closed down and Zenon was like didn't get breakfast. First off, why aren't there kitchens in their apartments? Second off, why does the kitchen ever close? Why isn't it just open like a restaurant
That's not-
24/7?
That's a really good point,
Yeah.
actually.
Like
Also-
you're
also
not
they-
at camp.
They never address why everyone's like, oh, surprise, Zenon won. Like, does she have lucky powers or something? No one ever addresses. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this girl's so lucky, and
Yeah.
she always wins.
Also, they predicted AirPods.
They
She pulls
did.
an
I remember-
AirPod
and it puts
out.
it in.
Yeah, I was like, dang,
And that's
right
where
on.
That's where you like hear the whole protozoa stuff. for
Yeah,
the
I was
first
like,
time.
right on. They have the self-driving cars, which
Yep.
is
Yep.
turning into a thing, but it's also killing people right now.
I also was quite impressed at the graphics they used for the teacher. That was pretty.
Oh, the hologram.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
hologram was fine.
they probably just
Yeah.
did like a Pepper's Ghost type thing, which has been around since like the 40s.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm still saying it was better than I anticipated.
yeah.
Better than the Tupac one they had.
It's true, but also
was a
we
real
have
hologram?
29 years to get there. So 29 years? Yeah, 29 years. Also, there's a lot we mentioned. Krager didn't like the futuristic lingo and slang they have here.
But it's not futuristic.
Well, whatever.
At all.
What I was cracking
Colloquialism major.
what I was cracking up about is that she said Scrooge Major.
Sure, yeah.
Because what's more futuristic than a reference to a book written in 1843?
Yes. I laughed really hard when I heard that too.
Yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? They have stress helmets. Can I get one, please?
They make those now.
Do they really?
Yeah, there's like a prototype and it's like really weird and huge and clunky and it looks like kind of similar to that, but it like totally just goes like phew. And when that
I
happened I was
want
like
that.
Jordan needs a stress
I need a
helmet.
stress helmet, and they also have a relax chamber.
Yeah.
I need a whole chamber.
You need a whole chamber and a helmet.
and a helmet at the same time. So at one point in the movie, they say she has to be putting things to a degree, and she does it to Celsius instead of Fahrenheit. And they're like, we're still working on Fahrenheit down here. And they make it sound like Celsius is this futuristic thing. I'm like, you realize everywhere else but America is
But
using
America,
Celsius.
yeah.
It's not a futuristic thing. We're just way like, we're going to be our own thing because USA.
And it's
USA.
even more ironic because they filmed it in the Couve where they
I
used
know they
the metric
use
system.
Celsius. Also, aliens are confirmed, just casually confirmed in this.
When?
Yeah, they're just there.
She says, "Oh, we barter with moon dust and alien skulls."
Yeah.
Also, casually
She
confirmed
was making
they
a
kill
joke.
aliens.
She was making it. She was being sarcastic.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
They barter up there.
She was being sarcastic.
Whatever. In Zenon the sequel, aliens do come around. So
Well, I don't
aliens
remember.
are a part of this universe.
I felt like she was saying in jest.
I don't think so. I didn't get that. But also, she wasn't that great at acting. Although she was probably one of the best actors in it.
I felt like she was pretty good.
It's all Disney Channel acting. It's all over
Yeah.
the top.
Why did Nebula have sunglasses on a space station?
Because
Because she was so
UV rays,
fashion.
bro.
She's the fashionista.
yeah.
Okay. Why are all electric cars VW bugs in the future? Was 99 the year that the bug had the redesign and came back
I
out?
think so.
You know what? Maybe.
Probably.
They probably paid to do
Yeah,
that.
they must,
Volkswagen just took
they
over.
must have won the franchise wars.
Yes.
Thanks, Germany.
Yeah.
Taco Bell, VW.
VW Taco Bell in the future. Good to know.
Volkswagen.
Good to know that people in the future still hate New Jersey.
Yeah, they
I started thinking halfway through this movie, is this
Took you
just
that long?
Elysium?
I never.
Because the affluent are up in space, and all the peons are down on Earth.
Yeah, you're gonna be up there to
Is
pee
that the
on
movie with Matt Damon?
Yeah, the one where like the
He
rich
has
people
like the
live up.
exoskeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is just kind of Elysium.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah.
Kind of. Except
of.
it's much more depressing on Earth than Elysium.
Yeah.
mean-
Yeah,
Yeah,
Earth,
you're right.
yeah.
It was way more depressing in that movie. But Disney. So the villain's motivations are very black and white in this, because like space station insurance money.
Yeah.
Like that's a thing.
I still don't understand how that would work. 'Cause
Me
I'm pretty
neither.
sure he would get so sued if all those people died.
Also, too, why was it such a big deal that they got the disc back from Zenon? Wouldn't they want it to be floating around somewhere that no one would think to look at that would possibly either get lost or thrown away at some point?
Yeah.
Why? Like, I would have just been like, oh, cool, that's done now. Like,
Yeah.
it's never. Also, they send Microbe up there
Yeah.
to die while it blows up. Why would that take the eyes off of Wyndham? Wyndham
I-
owns it. Wouldn't all the eyes be going to Wyndham?
I think it's because he's simply like he's saying it's all their fault for running it. He has no control over running it, and he's saying, "Why would I send these people up if I knew it was going to blow up?"
Okay, but
I'm
also,
saying that's how a kid's brain would work.
I guess that's how a kid's brain
is
would
how a
work.
kid's brain would
yeah,
work,
I
you're
guess so. Also, what if the space station is actually a penal colony where evil scientists have to spend their lives after being sentenced after doing evil?
There's like a work camp.
Experimentation.
Yeah, because
space
there's like a there's first off when they go in the science area.
It would make
there's a
sense with all the
floating-
VW stuff everywhere.
That too. There's a floating rat that's just
Thing's so
constantly being
bomb.
suspended.
Yeah.
And there's also like a dead dude they're working on. Did you notice that when they walked in? There's like a dude who's just on like a gurney.
I think that
who's
was
either
alive,
asleep or
dude.
dead.
I think he was alive.
But his eyes are closed. I'm like, they're doing some weird experiment on a dude.
this just in: if your eyes are closed, you're probably
You're
dead.
probably dead. I die.
Is that
for,
all it takes for me to disappear?
Yeah, I die for
Where
8
did
hours
Cam
every
go?
night.
What is object permanence?
And then my final question is, what if this is all simulation to determine whether humans can actually live in such close quarters for that long?
Now, this is all simulation from
Yeah.
what you get when you put on the stress helmet.
Oh.
Zenon's just been wearing a stress helmet this entire
It makes
time.
you stressed.
It makes
Yeah.
you stressed. So, guys, final question. Did it wreck your childhood?
No, not at all.
No.
No, I don't think so either. It was enjoyable rewatching it.
Yeah.
Not as enjoyable as rewatching Three Ninjas, but way more enjoyable than watching The Black Cauldron.
Yeah.
Oh my
yes.
I did not enjoy any munchings and crunches.
Johnny Tsunami is still better.
I thought Johnny
Yeah.
Tsunami was a little
Brink
bit
is
better.
still
I think
better,
Brink's
too.
going to be the best that
Johnny
we rewatch.
Tsunami is
for
one of my
sure.
favorites. It's just a shame
Yeah.
I wasn't allowed to be on
Well,
that show.
too bad. We might have to
Because we've already done it.
We might have to redo it though, because I had multiple people write to me and be like, "Well, way to leave off Johnny Tsunami." I'm like, "It was our first episode," and then I went back and listened, and the banter wasn't terrible. We didn't have a lot of a format, but the sound quality is awful. So
We
I'm like,
should
maybe
redo
we
it
need to redo
and have,
Johnny Tsunami.
have the only friend you know who actually surfs and snowboards.
I snowboard.
When was the last time you've done either?
I snowboard.
Snowboarded like a year or two ago, surfing many moon ago.
Yeah. I snowboarded and I skimboarded.
I
Which is
skimboarded.
kinda
I
close.
surfed.
I skimboarded and I snowboarded.
I surf the
And I
internet
skied.
every day.
And
I've never done any mountain sport.
yeah, that's it.
Any snow sport
It
ever.
shows.
Snow sport's great.
They aight.
Snow sports are the best.
They are the best
cold.
because then when you
Could,
fall,
no. Snow
you're
sports are the best
automatic-
because what you do is you bring up your containers of apple juice, and then after you go snowboarding for a little bit, you put them on the side, put them in the snow, and come back a few months later, and they're ice cold, and it's delicious.
Also,
It is fun.
It's
It is a
great
lot of
because
fun.
when you eat it hard, your body's already numb.
Yeah.
So you don't hurt as bad until you thaw
Say
out.
that to when you get a concussion. Jeez.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know you had a concussion until a little bit later. Okay.
Well, last time we were there, our friend Kevin Latner tore his ACL.
Oh, with that note, I have a segment. Oh yes, it's time for Jordan to explain the movie quickly. A movie that teaches you, no matter what time period you live in, sometimes being disobedient and rebellious is actually good, and being abrasively arrogant and selfish makes you likable, and disregarding all safety warnings is your God-given right. You know, all the morals you could possibly need in a kid's movie.
So you're saying this movie's the punkest movie we've
It's
watched?
the punkest movie we've ever watched. She don't follow no rules. Class 4 security. She
Yeah.
don't care.
She don't care.
She don't care.
Not
she
at
ain't
all.
afraid of no laws.
It is easy to get into restricted areas.
It is
You
pretty
just go
easy
through
in
the
there.
trash?
Yeah, trash bin. The trash bins take you anywhere.
But that's where you go to find your zen.
That's true.
It is,
It is
yeah.
a great place. I go in my trash bin to find my zen. Okay, let's talk about the plot. This is the plot breakdown. So we meet Zenon, wouldn't you know, and she may be in the future, but she's still your typical teenage girl, late for school and running around getting in hijinks
Yeah.
and talking all slangish.
Slangish. That was the most boomery thing you could have said.
So they mentioned President Chelsea Clinton in this one,
which was
Yeah,
kinda
they do.
funny.
Which is funny and not gonna happen.
No, but-
Does she even have an interest in politics?
I don't think
She's
so.
doing a lot of tours right now where she's going around and talking about like women's health and a whole bunch of women's
But not about
issues.
kelp in the ocean.
No,
solving
she's
world
not doing
hunger.
any environmental stuff. But
Okay.
she's holding forums for women, by women all around. My mom and sister just went and saw her. It was cool.
That just sounds like the slogan of women's entertainment television.
Women
for
for
women,
women, by women.
by women.
Yeah.
Ooh, by women.
Is that the part? Is that the part of the Pirates of the Caribbean ride that got taken out by women? Okay. So we learn about Microbe. I always thought the band was called Protozoa, but the lead singer
I always thought that too.
is called Protozoa of the band Microbe.
Microbe.
It's kind of like how everyone calls U2 Bono. No, they don't.
yeah, they do.
And everyone also referred to him as Mr. Zoa.
Yeah,
so
so his
does
first
that
name
mean
is
his
Proto.
first name is Proto?
Yeah, it is. If you look, it's PRTO space capital ZOA. It's Protozoa. What if his middle name was like just Daniel? Proto Daniel Zoa.
PDZ.
PDZ. So we learn about Microbe. They're the most popular band around, and they're coming to the space station for a concert. I like the fact that the boys said they don't like the band because you can still hear the melody and the lyrics, which proves that only dubstep is popular in the future. We have Wyndham is the man in charge of the company who built the space station, and he's coming up for a visit. So everyone has to be on their best behavior, so he decides to give them more funding. They need to be, I said, on their best behavior, but Zenon, she's the rebellious soul, so everyone's like, Zenon, you be on your best behavior. Because I'm telling you to be on your best behavior. Ooh. Everyone,
how it works.
Everyone loves Wyndham when he visits, but Zenon thinks he's up to something.
Yeah.
Because he has Tourette's. He blinks weird, and she don't like that. So Zenon
Also,
catch
he might be a pedophile.
and what? How?
The winking.
Well, I wink. I wink a lot.
Pedophile.
Okay.
Don't you just blink?
He
Can you,
doesn't.
can you
I
actually
can wink.
Okay.
He blinks like a lizard, where it's just like
My favorite thing in Arrested Development is she tries to
And she goes-
wink, and she's like,
that's so good.
that's kind of me when I try and wink sometimes. Like, it's hard to
Wank,
It's
wank.
hard to wink.
It's a little
Nudge,
delayed.
Yeah.
nudge.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. eat some sludge. So everyone loves Wyndham. Yes. Zenon catches Wyndham's assistant, Mr. Lutz, doing something shady, but she gets in trouble while doing so she gets grounded. And that's grounded on Earth because, get it? Grounded. Like a...
Do you get it like the actual
like
ground?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more of a terra firma. The firmer, the better. So,
oh, man.
Oh, by the way...
Anne has been in a lot of stuff, too.
She has. She was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, Mr. Lutz drops the super important disc because, negligence. And then Zenon's best friend just happens to find it and makes it into an earring for Zenon to take to Earth because logic.
I love how it was just like, oh, I've slipped it in my pocket, and then he drops it, and then he doesn't realize till they get Earth. Like, it's been days and you haven't
been gone.
And you haven't
also,
realized.
You didn't hear it drop. Also, you didn't double check because it's that important just to make sure it's in your pocket. Also, I love this scene because Nebula and her friend is carrying a giant bag that says Rat Chow on it at one point. Did you notice that? It's like these giant sacks that says Rat Chow.
So they're space rats.
Yeah, there's a lot of space rats. So once they get back down to Earth, Lutz sees the earring and realizes it's the disc and has to get it back. Also, Lutz runs into Dennis Rodman at one point.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see it? It was either Dennis Rodman or
It wasn't actually Dennis
was it
Rodman.
Spartan from, or not Spartan, Phoenix from Demolition Man.
Oh, yeah, it looked
What
like
if
Phoenix.
it's the same universe? What if this is
It
the
did look like
Demolition Man
Phoenix.
universe? Like, I think it's confirmed. It looked like Phoenix, looked like Dennis Rodman. It was essentially who do you like? I tried to find what actor that actually was.
You're never gonna find that.
No.
It's just some random background
I
guy.
couldn't because half the people who acted in this don't have a profile picture on IMDb, so I have no way to know. So we're down on Earth. There's some exposition to explain why the future still looks like the 90s. What are you gonna say, Joe?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
He looked at me and
He looked
smiled.
straight at Krager to say something.
So like, you got something going on there, bud?
Maybe.
We get introduced to F-boy love interest Greg.
Dude, he's so creepy.
He's also not digging little Miss Thirsty Hoe over there, Margie. She's like really wanting him to be his boyfriend, and he is not into her one bit. He's really into horses, though. Loves them horses. Is this also...
Also, they had alluded to, like, he was just hanging out with you for your money.
Oh, pretty much because of her space limo or hovering limo or whatever she has.
Oh, that's right.
I also like to believe that the ranch he works on is the same ranch as in Horse Sense, just 50 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all. For those of you that don't know, that's also another Disney Channel original movie.
With those brothers.
So Greg takes... Yeah, what were those brothers' names?
Lawrence.
The Lawrence brothers. That's it.
Oh, like Lawrence of Arabia.
Yes, there were 3 of them. So Greg takes Zenon on a horseback riding and a date where
That's
he
good.
essentially
You gotta ride nuts
spends
to
his
butts.
life savings on her eating a bunch of onion rings.
Cam felt that hard.
So there's a bunch of hacking going on, and as we've said, all kids are just miraculous hackers. Can I say...
I do have to pause. That is kind of like a jerky thing to say when you're taking a girl on a date. Oh yeah, sure, keep eating. I'll just have to work harder to pay for it. Like,
Well, it's also kind of a jerky thing for the girl to just keep ordering the whole menu.
agreed.
Wink. So I'd love I'd actually hate getting a virus on my computer a little bit less if every time I did a little egg would hatch with a gif of a alien thing popping out and eat its way into my system.
Yeah.
And also if it just like turned into fire. So
Plus, if you have a warranty, you probably get get a new computer.
Let's also give a government contract to this kid who's hacking and just coincidentally in overnight makes a fix to the problem on the space station.
Yeah.
You know? So we learn that Lutz put a virus on the space station, so Andrew just makes a reversal disc, because he's Rain Man.
He can.
And apparently, Zenon can make like dummy discs.
Millions of the discs. I know.
And also have like her own little file
With
picture.
nail
Yeah.
polish?
With nail polish of all things, yeah. Also, I love that, like, for all the things they got right in this movie, they still thought that we'd be using discs, and none of our computers have disk drives anymore.
Yeah,
like,
at all.
Not a thing.
They just figured they'd be smaller.
Yeah, everything
This
got
little
smaller.
tiny thing.
It's like in my favorite.
Zoolander.
Yeah, my favorite part of Zoolander, where the phone
little
is like, so it just says call on it. Zenon gets microbed to take her back up to the space station so she can save everyone.
Right.
Wyndham and Lutz end up getting stuck in the shuttle and going up to space, so now they're screwed too if Zenon doesn't fix it. I love how with 15 minutes left till the space station pretty much kills everyone, they're just kind of like...
Wyndham, you're right. Wyndham's like, I would rather die than have my secret told.
But he'd also, like, Commander Plank's like, oh, take him over to my luxury VIP suite so they can die in style. Like, what?
Well, they're trying to pull off the facade that they have control over everything because that's like head honcho there.
But they have a countdown clock going over the whole space station that says 15 minutes to self-destruct.
Total failure.
Total failure or whatever. I'm like, they're not hiding it too well.
Also, why is there always a self-destruct feature?
Why is there always a countdown?
Yeah.
Like, with a voice telling you the countdown. Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
It's dumb. So Zenon
Imagine
ends
being
up...
the person who gets contracted to do the voice, to do the self-destruct countdown.
It's just
that would be
Alexa.
awful.
Yeah.
It's just Cam say, you're gonna die.
He's like, 10. 9.
Are you guys doing a Jeff Goldblum impersonation again?
7.
Life will
find a way.
8. So Zenon saves the day, wouldn't you know it, and then Micro plays their show.
Also, she forgot the password how many times?
Oh, I know. That was so dumb.
The other thing
also, they're wingdings or wingbat. What are they called? Wingbats? Wingdings? The symbols that you can type on your computer. Wingdings, yeah.
I also loved after she saved the day and Wyndham and Lux walk in and the captain's like, arrest those men. And she just walks over to them and goes...
The classic just fold the arms and stare at them disapprovingly.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Wyndham and Lutz could have like gotten their way out of it if they wanted to. Physically gotten their way out of it.
It's like such a 90s move.
It is.
It's like, hey, guess what? Yeah, I told you.
I
so.
got you. The other
I didn't get any lines.
The other shoe just dropped.
Yeah.
So
Shoe. Other.
drop. Micro plays their show. Zenon lets Nebula dance with Protozoa in her place, and Greg continues to look tired and apathetic. Also, they're totally breaking up in a few months, right?
Oh, so for sure.
Yeah, like that's the longest long-distance relationship in the history of long-distance relationships.
Actually, aren't they? They're not together in this.
No, they break up in the second one off screen.
Yeah.
It's like a line, like,
It's-
remember when
it's
you had a
like-
boyfriend you broke up with? Cool. Okay, bye.
It's like in
Right?
Thor Ragnarok with him and Thor and Padme.
Oh, when they weren't together, why they weren't together anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, I wish Jane was here, but she's not talking to me anymore. Okay, moving on to the next point.
It's totally a mutual thing.
Yeah,
In Endgame.
and then we'll bring her back later though for a scene that was filmed 8 years ago. So I have some fun facts. What is facts, baby? They're fun. They're fun. Oh yeah. What is facts, baby? They're fun. They're fun. Oh yeah. Chaos theory. So so I have fun facts for you. This movie was actually shot in 16:9 and cropped. So voila, we have widescreen.
Nice.
That's all the fun facts I have for you.
That's it. Nice.
I couldn't find anything
That's
for
all.
a fun fact on this movie except for that.
That's the only thing you
Raven
found.
Yeah.
Simone became a Lebanon.
Is she actually a lesbian now?
It's
Isn't
a
she
Lebanon.
like pan something or
She's from
didn't
Leb-
she change a few times?
No,
I don't know.
She's from Lebanon.
Oh, she's from Lebanon.
Yeah. She's a
I
Lebanon.
think she's pansexual, but I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What has she done? What is the most recent thing
Isn't
she's
she
done?
on like
the
The
Masked
View?
Singer.
Oh, was she on that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Spoiler. Isn't she on The View or something like that?
She got fired.
Yeah. Got fired or left?
Yeah, fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they had Rosie O'Donnell on there? No.
Forever ago.
Did they forever ago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't she in Harriet the Spy?
Yeah.
Oh man, we really need to watch Harriet
Yeah,
the
we
Spy.
do need to watch Harriet
Did
the
you hear
Spy.
that Netflix has a big deal with
With
Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon.
now? I wonder if they'll bring any old stuff to Netflix
That's the
now.
plan.
I hope so. Because
Yeah.
then Harriet the Spy.
Because for them to compete with this, they have to bring all of Nickelodeon's
Which is
catalog.
funny because we're all like freaking out that Disney Plus has 10 million subscribers right now and Netflix has like 123 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But
It's
like
a
10 million immediately is insane.
It's true. That is insane.
Honestly, though, with this whole Disney Plus thing, I saw this meme that had like all the streaming services over a picture of Rick and Morty. It's like, it just sounds like cable with extra steps.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what though? That we didn't think of about Disney Plus is that how many people with Verizon got a year for free that we're counting? Yeah, exactly. But are they gonna stick with it afterwards?
Probably not. Or probably. I don't know.
It depends.
I have a friend who mooches off my Netflix account who I'm going to mooch off their Disney Plus. I would have already
you go.
been doing it, but I'm getting it for free for a year, and so I can have my girlfriend use my account as well.
There you go. That's it. That's the episode.
Nice.
A little bit shorter.
Do you
but I
want to
like
shout
it.
out anyone for this episode?
Yeah, shout out at Protozoa.
Katie Dillon.
Protozoa.
Shout out Katie Dillon.
Shout out Katie Dillon because
Yeah.
she's the one who wanted us to do this for her.
Well, no,
Yes
we
and
wanted
no.
to do this
Yes
regardless.
and no. She couldn't think of one, so I said, would you... Brink and Zenon were 50-50 in our poll. So I said, which would you rather cover, Zenon or Brink? And she said Zenon, so I said, cool. Zenon's out of the poll. Brink continues on, which looks like Brink's going to win the poll at this
I
point.
hope so.
Which I think, honestly, if you would have picked either of them, that one would have won.
would've
It would have
won.
been
Yeah.
either Zenon or
We have a
Brink.
friend of the pod. He has a show called Primetime Nostalgia, and he's very upset that Smart House just got boxed
kicked.
out.
Yeah.
Well, we may have to do that
But
one.
we're probably going to, let's be honest, we're going to cover Phantom of the Megaplex at
Yes,
some point.
yeah.
100%.
We're going to cover Smart House at some point. We're going to
100%.
cover Motocross.
Yep.
We're going to cover Luck of the Irish. We're going to cover
Hi,
Brink.
I'm getting sharter.
Cool. So that's the episode. Go check out our Instagram and Twitter. Check out all the show notes for everywhere you can support us, like Patreon, Redbubble, our Amazon link on wreckmypodcast.com. Leave us a rating and a review. If you leave us a review, we'll send you a sticker. That's a pretty easy way to get a sticker for free. Nothing you got to do but leave us a review, hopefully 5 stars. Thank you to Ben from Petrified Gumbo Music for making some of our amazing songs, like our intro song on this episode. So go check out petrifiedgumbomusic.com if you need a song made as well. Go listen to our shows on Monday where we talk around a round table and talk about everything and nothing and everything. And that's every Monday that comes out. Check out our Patreon shows on Friday. If you give us $1 a month gets you Patreon shows. It's a lot of fun.
$1.
Yeah, and then next
This
Wednesday.
last one was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it was a great episode.
Or this coming one is pretty fun.
it's really funny.
Yeah.
So
I make my triumphant return.
that's true. Krieger is on that one.
Yeah, he does.
And he doesn't have a voice that sounds like this. Sorry, guys. Also, I was going to mention that next week we're either going to be watching Brink
Sick.
or Luck of the Irish because those are the two that are in the poll in the finals right now.
Sick.
So come back next week.
Well, by now you should already know which one won.
That's true, actually. You probably would know which one won. If you follow us on Instagram, if you don't, go follow us. Thank you to my guests for being here.
Yeah, anytime.
I know you're all
Every
probably
time.
hungover.
No,
No?
just tired.
Just
yeah,
tired.
I'm a little hungover. But
Yeah.
I'm
I
tired.
am good. I got sleep.
Tired and hungry.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're done, so let's go eat. Thank you to our listeners.
Do you want my goo ball?
What the heck was that? Obviously, the cable does not want your goo ball. Oh, have you guys watched the second episode of The Mandalorian
No.
yet?
Yes.
No.
There is a goo thing in it.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
kind of grossed me out, actually.
You're talking about the egg?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
that's gooey. I don't. Yes.
That's what it kept making me think of the team at trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Suka.
It's so funny. And I love too that they're like chanting it and then it stops and then one Jawa just goes, Suka! So go check out The Mandalorian, hashtag sponsored by Disney.
Disney Plus.
Sponsor.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I like and I love you all.
Wreck my podcast! Wreck my podcast! Fetus delicious.
So you know how she says Zetus lapetus?
Yeah.
It kept making me like, why does that sound so familiar? Like, it was annoying, but I'm like, why does it sound so familiar?
Is it a Boy Meets World thing?
No, it's
Because you said fetus, so I thought you were
No,
someone
fetus.
said, oh, fetus.
so
You
it made me
gonna
laugh.
eat during the podcast?
I'm so need it.
I pounded down 2 sourdough cream cheese bagels
it
from
down.
Weston Bagel, the second best bagel joint in the valley.
What's the first?
Bagel Boys.
What's Bagel Boys?
Oh, it's so good.
We have to take you to Bagel Boys.
I like
bagel-
Western Bagel. I also like Noah's Bagels, though.
Those Bagel Boys.
Noah's is good.
spelled with
Noah's
Z.
is expensive and stingy on cream cheese. I want it, when I eat a bagel with cream cheese.
It's like
I,
3/4 of an inch.
when I eat a bagel with cream cheese, I want to eat it thinking this might be too much, but I'm okay with it.
No,
He
mine
wants-
is I want some cream cheese with a side of bagel.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
wants his cream cheese to be so thick that you have to go up to the next postage stamp for
By weight.
yeah, or by thickness.
The best.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love when
you
they
can't send a letter anymore.
I love when they slather it, and then you got that whole little ball of cream cheese in the middle.
yeah.
And that's the best bite ever.
He loves balls
Damn,
of
I
cream
want some
cheese.
cream cheese and bagels.
But
now.
dude, I'm down to go. We'll go to Bagel Boys after this. I'll get more bagels. I have no problem.
All the
with that.
bagels.
Yeah.
All the bagels. All right. You ready to start this guy?
Fetus delatus.
We're going to hear a lot of...
Just a lot of.
Yep. All right.
Rate my podcast.